Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Ark Survival Evolved Let's Play. And I know in the last episode I said, like at the very end, I said I want to go maybe tame a Giga. I do still want to do that if we can in this episode, but I do need to get a lot of resources, and also TLC patch is coming out in just a few minutes. So I hopped on here really quickly just to look at the stars of the show for one last time. Or their old models for one last time. So this is the old Stego model that's been in the game since the very beginning, or since it was added. And then same with the Mammoth. It's the only one that's had. And now I have to wait for the update to come out, but you will see it in 3, 2, 1. And there is the new Mammoth. Alright. This thing looks amazing. And the new Stego too, the face doesn't look derpy anymore, it looks like a Kentro. And it has the new plate design, which I'm actually not sure which one this is. Does it tell us? Yeah, I don't know which thing is, because there's one that has like more defense, one that does more damage, and there's one that like harvests more or something. Oh wait, no. I know there's one that's defense, attack damage, and then I'm not sure what the other one is. But the Mammoth Saddle also got changed. Can I? Oh wait, you can hide. Oh wait, show drum radius. Wait. Okay, well. Can I mount the drum? Passenger seats, board drum. Oh, I see. You want to hit it in there. Okay. So you like ride the... Oops, I messed up. And it gives you a buff. Okay, ready for war. Recover stamina and immune to fear roars. Okay. So I see, if you have like two people, you gotta have one person riding the Mammoth and one person just constantly doing this. And that'll just keep refreshing that, and it'll buff dinos in the radius, I'm guessing? That's kind of neat. But yeah, I wonder actually if the... Let's see. Does the Mammoth Saddle cost anything different? No, I think that's the same. Yeah, and then the Stego. Let's see. Oh yeah, we need to. Oh whoa. Oh, I see. Your plates just hadn't. What? Your plates change when we're riding you. Yeah, look at that. Its plates are like normal, but now they have like a neat new design on it. Oh, you have a level. Hardened. Hardened damage reduction, prevent dismount. Okay, so we have the one that you can't get dismounted from, and it's damage reduction. That's neat. Why not? You know, I'm never gonna use these guys for breeding, so let's get you like 10k. That's good. A bunch of melee, and let's just get you a bunch of stamina. There we go. That works. I'll grab some berries too. That's interesting how it goes away though over time, because that means you probably won't be able to tell what a Stego is in the wild until you tame it. But okay, so you have the regular left click. Oh well, that has like an animation to it now. Yeah, like a swipe animation. That's neat. Oh, right click actually does something now. It's like a stronger attack. Oh wait, I wonder. Whoa. Wait, you can switch? Heavy played spines. Wait. Oh! I see. Wait, no. Okay, so you can switch the plates by pressing C. Yeah, damage reduction prevents dismount. It applies slow. Okay. Huh, and then there's damage. That's interesting. I was thinking you'd have to tame different Stegos to get the different, like, features on them. But that's neat that you can just switch. I want to go find something small because I know they added the impale. Actually, why do we have a crosshair in the middle? That's interesting. But I know they added the impale thing. So if I can find something small, I'll definitely go check that out on it. Alright, there's a dilo over here. Let's switch to the sharp plates, because that's what'll do more damage. It's interesting how it like sheds. Okay, so I'm guessing... Yeah. Oh, but I wasn't close enough. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, you do a bunch of damage, but we did level everything. Oh, but that's also probably because sharpen thing. But I couldn't seem to grab it with the right click. So there's a parasaur over here. I'll try it on that. Oh, compies. Alright. It's neat, though, how, like, the plates move, too. Oh, yeah, and you definitely do less damage when you're not in the attack mode. Because, like, this is the one you want to soak, like, turrets on PvP because it blocks the player. That one looks like you're the most exposed, but it looks like the Stego takes less damage, and then this attack mode. But can I pick you up? Oh no, I don't have the red thing. So yeah, looks like. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it was just what? That's odd. I don't know what that. Why there's the red thing when it's far away. Definitely have to figure this out, but it also sounded like... Oh, wait, no. I must have just been hitting something. Okay. But yeah, I like this new Stego. I mean, at first I was disappointed that they were only adding 2 creatures, but if they add a bunch of stuff like this to the 2, then I definitely won't complain. Because the Stego, like, it was always good for soaking turrets and, like, blocking the rider, because this is how the plates were positioned before. How it just kind of blocks the rider, so it's harder to hit someone on PvP. And that's why it was always good, but now having different modes for the Stego, that's really good. And it'll probably make more people use them now, so that's good. But yeah, now let's go and check out the Mammoth. Okay, and the Mammoth. You also have a bunch of levels. Because I know there were some... I should give you some berries too. I should do that. Alright, I'll grab some berries as well. Actually, you know what? We harvested a bunch with you, so I'll just take like that. Alright. So, the Mammoth is still like just as fast. And actually, okay, let's take the saddle off really quickly. This one was like a barf green color before. I mean, it still kind of is, but I think the back, how it has like the light and the light green and then the black, looks really neat. But okay, so left click is more of a ram and not a swipe. Okay, right click is like what the swipe was before. Whoa. Okay, so you do like an elephant thing. Okay. Now, I know some of the different attacks, I'm pretty sure, are good for harvesting different things. I know that's the same on the Stego, but I couldn't figure it out. So that one looks like thatch, left click. Right click doesn't do anything. C doesn't do anything. So that's interesting. The Mammoth was like one of the best wood gatherers, and now it gathers a ton of thatch and not much wood. So that's interesting how they kind of swapped that. I'm pretty sure, let's see, the TLC thing said, I'm pretty sure it said there was a way you could pick stuff up in the trunk. I'm wondering if that's what C does. So I see a dial down there, I'm gonna go test that out. Oh hey, well you ran right to me, or not. Whoa, okay, so it applies some debuff to them. You made the Dilo mad at me. Oh, and that Trudon over there has it too. And the Parasaur does too. It's like that little red sparkly thing above their head. That's interesting. I don't want to mess with a Trudon on this guy though. So I'm gonna go back over that way and see if actually there's a Listro up there. So my other guess is maybe right click is what picks stuff up. Yes, okay. So we now we're carrying the Listro in our trunk. Yeah. So that's what it does. And you can chuck it kind of like a Carcanos. Except it doesn't damage it. Wait, can we like... Oh yeah, we can. So we can fling things pretty far. That's neat. Yeah, I really like... I think for PvP, like, definitely I can't really use it solo. I mean, even on PvE, like, for boss fights, especially the dragon, this would be good. I just can't really use it because I'm solo, but, like, the war drum thing, where it prevents, like, fear roar and increases stamina drain, would be good for raids, I think, if people ever use, like, a Uranus against you. I haven't played PvP since the Uranus got introduced, so I wouldn't know, but... yeah. I still think that's a neat, like, ability that this saddle has. And especially since it's just a regular saddle. Like, this is the saddle for the Mammoth now, and it's not, like, kind of like how some things have a platform saddle. Which I was thinking it might be, where they just make a war drum saddle than the regular Mammoth saddle. But no, I'm glad that they made that just like the regular one. Because I think it looks nice, too. That's for sure. And okay, now I know earlier in this episode I said I want to still maybe think about taming a Giga, and that would be nice because they did add the new taming interface. Oh, that's just tame groups. They changed the logo because it was just the Dino Pop. But if you're taming something, it'll show up here and you can track it similar to how you track the missions on Genesis. And I think taming a Giga, we get to test that out, even though I wouldn't want to leave it. But the Genesis Part 2 trailer was revealed at the beginning of their Extra Life stream. And I kind of want to discuss that because there are a lot of very interesting things that were shown in there, and I kind of want to maybe give my speculation on it. I don't know. Because it looks very, very interesting. So, I'm sure most of you have probably already seen the trailer, but in case you haven't, I'll play it right now before we get into discussing any of it.
Welcome, survivor. Enjoy the view. You see before you the pinnacle of mankind's ingenuity. All of humanity's hopes and dreams carefully nestled within this lifeboat. Each of its shining rings are laden with miracles of science and nature. A paradise where the boundary between the biological and technological has been all but erased. And now all of it is mine. I control this vessel now. I command its evolution, and very soon, its destination. From there, my will shall spread across the cosmos forever, infinite and undying. And there's nothing you or that witless puppet, that shadow of her, can do to stop me. I have already set my designs in motion. Our future awaits, survivor.
Alright, well now there's a couple parallels that we can draw right off the bat, and that's that the trailer starts off with clips basically just straight from the Genesis Ascension cutscene that you can see right here.
Hello? Hello? Wake up, survivor! Don't panic. All HLNA's got ya. 1 sec. So, good news! We passed the Genesis simulation. Welcome to the real world. The other survivors are still trapped in the simulation, but we're free. Bugger! The corruption's here too. Apparently it followed us from the simulation. But that's impossible. We might be the only ones awake. So let's get geared up and deal with the corruption before it spreads. It says here, tech suit for emergency use only. This definitely qualifies. Now that you aren't so squishy, we should figure out which part of the colony ship we're in. If we can just... Oh, that's not good at all. Well, fuck.
Alright, so at the very end of the Genesis Ascension, you get pulled back into the colony ship, as Helena refers to it as, by what seems like a Rockwell tentacle. And we already know Rockwell has kind of established himself as this villain in the games ever since Aberration. And I'm wondering if, since you see him pull us back in, if he's pulling us to the main part of the ship and if that's where this map will take place. My main thinking behind that is because at this part right here in the trailer for Genesis Part 2, it shows a ship, and even the narrator of it, which I can maybe assume is Rockwell, I kind of doubt it, but he refers to it as a ship, essentially. And the only reason I don't know if it's Rockwell is because it doesn't sound like him, and we do hear his voice as the Corrupt Master Controller in Genesis, and it doesn't sound the same. But I don't know if that's just because he's like talking through the simulation versus you're actually hearing his voice. I don't know, we may find that out later down the line. But there are some parallels I did see in the trailer as well to the Extinction Ascension cutscene. Now, it's not the whole, I'm not going to show the whole Ascension cutscene because the whole thing isn't applicable to it, similar to the how the Genesis one was. I'll just show the part that I think kind of fits in with the trailer.
From there, it will spread, grow, and thrive. And this planet, our home, will bloom once more.
Now, I know that scene from the Extinction Ascension technically takes place in the city on extinction, or at least we can think that, because there is a gate that looks very similar to that in the city on extinction, and even in the background you can kind of see the little like corruption thing coming out of the mountain that's on the north side of the map on extinction, up kind of by the King Titan terminal. But the architecture of the city just in general on extinction, and in this scene especially, looks very similar to the ship that is shown in the Genesis Part 2 trailer right here. And now I'm also going to go back even farther, and there's some scenes in the trailer right here as well that look very much like Aberration to me. Now, this is where they show one of those new creatures, which I'll get to in a little bit. But this does look very, very similar to Aberration, especially this one part in the Aberration trailer for when Aberration first came out, where you're like walking through the red gems and then it cuts to like them ziplining. I don't know. Something about that scene from the Genesis Part 2 trailer really reminds me of this. But now, let's move on to definitely two of the new that I definitely think are creatures that are coming out, and then that one other thing that we'll discuss. I don't know if it's a creature. I don't really know what to think of it, but let's move on to this one that kind of looks like maybe a rock drake-esque lion thing. Now, what makes me think it's a rock drake is at first you can't see it, and then it kind of appears like out of nowhere. And what makes me think it's like a rock drake, not only because it's in the aberration theme thing, is because the rock drake also has that ability where it can cloak itself, make itself invisible, and then you can just kind of appear, which I think would be neat to have another creature that has an ability like that. Now, I know I said I wanted to discuss creatures. This next one, I don't necessarily think it'll be a creature. I think you'll probably craft it similar to how you craft an enforcer and a mech, and then, or maybe even like the hover skiff on Extinction. But it looks like one of those giant AT-ATs from Star Wars is the best way I can kind of describe what it looks like. And you know what? I wouldn't complain. That seems like it'd be kind of neat to have something like that in Ark. Now, this next one is very strange. It looks, to me at least, like a cross, like a mutated cross between a Bulbdog from Aberration and a Ferox from Genesis. Now, this is the Bulbdog's launch from the Aberration trailer. And this is the Ferox debut from the Genesis Part 1 trailer. And there's definitely some similarities I can see from both the Bulbdog release and the Ferox release, just kind of mixed together. So I think that'll be a very interesting creature to see, definitely also how it's applied in the game. And now finally this last thing, which is really weird. I don't know if it'll be like a creature or a mutated version of those Plant Species Z plants from Aberration, but it's like a plant that comes out of a bud and it has a bunch of eyes on it. It's shown very briefly in the trailer, but it's still just really weird, and I don't know what to think of it. So, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, well, I know this was a bit of a different episode, but I really like the new TLC creatures, and wow, Genesis Part 2 looks amazing. But yeah, sorry this was a little bit of a different episode. I will provide links to all the footage that I used from other creators down in the description. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Genesis Part 2, and I know I didn't do it in this episode, but I really am now going to try and get a bunch of medals so we can tame a Giga in the next one, and also look at that new tame interface. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.